Hi, this is supposed to be a review of snowboard boots Burton Model Driver X or year 2016-2017, as you can see in front of me. I'm trying to make this video in one go as I don't have really the time for any post-processing or making it better or editing, so please just bear with me once I have problems figuring out the right words or remembering what I wanted to tell you. So let's start. Why am I making this video? The reason is that all the reviews on the internet are praising these boots. How durable they are supposed to be, what harsh conditions they should withstand, and so on and so on, and how stiff they are. But I found over the course of the last winter that not all of these statements are actually true. So I want to bring some of the points into your attention so you can consider them when buying these boots, and decide whether they are a good fit for you or not. And let's start right away. The biggest issue that happened with these boots, or my main concern, is this plastic piece. You can see the eyelets are made of one piece of plastic, and some designer at Burton thought it's good to make it weaker basically by having these lines around the eyelets where the plastic material is thinner, and it makes this plastic piece really prone to cracking. This is what happened to me on my very first ride when I was using these boots. As you can see, the material cracked exactly where the line was before, where the material is thinner. I'm not even sure whether it haven't happened when I was lacing up my boots or when I was riding. So I really think it was a stupid idea, and it is almost on every Burton boots. These areas with the thinner material, so it's just causing problems, and it's a possible risk that it can crack. So alright, that's basically why I'm going to return these boots and make a warranty claim later in a day. The next issue I have on my list is the upper material used on these boots. I have to say the tip of the boot is really durable. It's made of plastic, and you can kick the walls basically and nothing will happen to these boots. However, the rest of the boot is not that durable. If you look at it, it has really signs of some heavy wearing in some areas. For example, here, let me focus on that point. Yes. There is a hole. It's not an accident, one-time accident, that it appeared after I fell or something like that. This was becoming bigger and bigger every ride I made. So, and the thing is, why it happens is that this material is not really durable. As you can see, I can peel it off with just my nail. So really, this could be expected if the material would get properly tested beforehand. And we can see some signs of wearing also on the other boot here in this area, and on the other side as well. Again, as you can see, I can peel the material off with just my nail. It's really lame from my point of view. And as for what caused the hole on my right boot, let me show you my snowboard for that purpose. Or better say, my binding. It's a 10-year-old model from Ride called Ride Delta. And if you put the boot into binding, then you can see there is nothing except strap near the area where the hole is. So this had to be caused by a strap. And my question is whether you think it's normal or appropriate to make material so soft that a strap which is there on every binding is able to make a hole into it. And also I wanted to make a comparison with my former boots I was riding for last 10 years. Let me show you. It's a 32 model 706, year 2007 I believe. And if you look at where the exact spot where there is a hole on my new boots, you can see that there is definitely some wearing of material appearing here. But this is how the boot looks like after 10 years of riding. So I leave it up to your judgment whether the material on the Burton boots is good or not. I definitely think it's not. Another thing I wanted to mention is lacing, which, well, I guess again it's just a design decision, but lacing on these Burton boots is separated into two zones, a lower zone and upper zone. So if you lace your boots, your feet are kept in place thanks to lacing in this direction and in this direction, and it's not stiff enough for me. I could feel my heel going up and down and moving in the shoe or in the boot or when I was riding, because not enough force was applied on my feet to keep them in place. And I again want to make a comparison with my old boots. If you look at them, 32 has really, or this particular model has a great feature in my point of view. From my point of view, you have a tongue to which there are straps attached. Here's one strap, here's another. They are coming out of the boot, and if you lace your boot, thanks to these straps, the tongue is centered perfectly, and also this lower strap is keeping not only your feet in place in this direction and in this, but also in this. So that's the difference comparing against Burton boot, that there are no two separate segments holding your foot in place in this direction and in this, but also in a third direction. So these boots are really stiff as hell, and I really enjoyed it because I always felt confident riding them, unlike Burton boots. Alright. Another point I wanted to mention is a low quality of, at least I think it's a low quality of manufacturing. If you see here, again we have a stitching keeping the plastic parts or plastic eyelets in place, and it's going off completely basically. So this I wouldn't expect this to happen on a boot that I paid I believe something like 400 euros for. And yeah, that's basically it. Seems like a dude that was making this boot really slept the bed a day before, because let me show the other one to you. As you can see here, on the other boot, the stitching is perfect. Everything is kept in place as it should be. And here, simply, at first sight, you can tell it's not looking that good. It's not regular, and it's obviously coming off. Other than that, I have some points that are not directly related to design flaws or bad design decisions regarding these boots, but were affecting my riding because of how my feet look like, or what are my physical attributes. And I want to demonstrate one issue to you. My problem is that I have, well, it's not a problem, but I simply have slim calves and ankles, and again my feet are not kept in place properly when using these boots, and that's because I cannot lace inner boot properly. Let me demonstrate it to you. So, for lacing the inner boot on these boots, you use this gray lace, which you just pull and secure using this plastic piece. And as you can see inside my boot, hopefully you can see it, the left and right part just got too close to each other because my ankles are slim, so I cannot lace this boot anymore, or there is no space between this in here. As you can see, the fragments of lace are too short, so I can still feel that my foot is loose inside the boot, but I cannot do anything about it. Also, as you can see, there's a fabric used to make the eyelets on the inner boot, and want to make a comparison again with the 10-year-old model from 32. Let me peek inside the boot. I'm not sure whether you will be able to see something. Yeah, there it is. I'll try to focus on that. There are metal eyelets where the lace is. Also, there is less friction when you are pulling your lace, trying to lace up your boot, which makes for better and easier lacing and more stiffer. Because obviously when you are pulling lace through eyelet made of fabric, it's going to produce more friction. Other than that, oh yes, one more thing. I have to admit I sweat quite a bit when I ride, but that's simply because I never feel cold, no matter whether it's minus 20 degrees Celsius or 0, but I simply always feel hot. And it even got worse with these boots. It's a feature, I guess, which many of you may find useful, but there is aluminum foil inside the boot, which reflects a lot of heat back to a boot, basically making it too warm for me. So after all day riding, my feet got really wet, and related problem to that is of course smell, because when you sweat you smell. However, again, have to get back to my beloved 706 boots. I was sweating in them as well, but this gray area inside the inner boot is impregnated with the spray called AG-ion. I actually emailed 32 to find out what were they doing about their boots to make them so fresh. So they are not applying it anymore, or a spray called AG-ion containing molecules of real silver, because as many of you probably know, silver is great at fighting bacteria it destroys them. So these boots never smell, or even after riding them 10 years, they are still fresh as on the first day that I bought them. And I believe I'm out of points that I wanted to raise here. So I'll leave you with that, and happy riding to you all.